Hello.
Hello. Is it working?
I think it's working. It's fine. Hello, welcome back.
We're happy. Back. We made it.
It's been a while.
And no one's pregnant.
No,
because that has been the suspicion.
Has it? I have not been on our Instagram in 6 weeks.
Yeah, my friend Chandler was like, "Is someone pregnant? I'm getting pregnancy vibes," and I'm like, "Nope."
Just the end of summer and cramming a whole life into like the last couple of weeks. You know?
That is probably what we would do though. If like one of us was pregnant, we'd probably have to like stop for a little bit, maybe.
Not me,
but also like I guess we
didn't. Yeah,
we did.
We started this when I was first pregnant, and then you got pregnant.
That's true. But was I able to record when I was pregnant with Ledger early along? I don't remember.
No, we didn't. We were pretty consistent with recording. It was like kind of random days.
It was kind of like my lifeline actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It was like the only time I'd leave my house.
We were super consistent.
So, or maybe we won't disappear when we get pregnant again.
Sometimes you had to have snacks.
Yeah.
You were.
Oh yeah, my beef sticks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have a problem. I have really easy pregnancies, but don't get mad at me because I have really horrendous births. So
Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their thing. My sister and I always talk about that, like between getting pregnant, staying pregnant, being pregnant, birth, postpartum. Like I've never met somebody who has really good experiences with all of those things. Like I feel like a lot of the times it's like at least 2 or 3 of the 5 of those things are a struggle. So, or like add nursing into the picture with all of that. So I always I blast my postpartum and my nursing journeys from the top of my hills. I'm like, I love this. It's so easy. It's so fun because pregnancy is awful. Like getting pregnant, staying pregnant, being pregnant, birth, like really hard. So I'm going to sit there and I'm going to gloat my nursing journey.
Live in the light.
That I can whip out a boob and it works out.
Yes. No, we've been doing a lot. And then the kids started school. So that's also been, we just actually, I don't say finish because we're recording this on Thursday and tomorrow's Friday is my last day of school of the week, but we just finished our first week of kindergarten homeschool. And I don't know if probably the last time we recorded, I feel like I was still up in the air on what I was doing with school, but
a little bit.
I decided on 2 years of kindergarten, I think, unless Noah just totally vibes and flourishes, I might move him to first grade. I don't think I can see myself having him be the youngest in his class though. As a boy, I think
that's hard.
I don't think so. I think we'll do 2 years of kindergarten.
I actually said the same thing with Sunny. I don't think that she would do well as the youngest or as the oldest in her class because her birthday is right around the cutoff, and I'm like, I don't want you to be the oldest in your class because you're already so tall and advanced in your language. I'm like, it would be, she does better with people that are older than her, whereas Noah would probably be better with the same, probably people that are older than him than younger, right?
No, I want him to be with kids younger than him.
You want him to be the oldest.
Not height wise and athleticism, coordination, social skills, physical skills, all of that. He could be with 7-year-olds, no joke. But I just think there is actually a lot of research about specifically little boys and not starting them early and as the youngest in their class, holding them back a year, and the benefits because boys experience the world so much through their physical being and they're just kind of wild and crazy.
Oh my gosh. That is already so true of Ledger. He is he cracks me up. I'll just be holding him and he's so physical touch. He gets so cozy and he gets so happy when he's with me, but then he just stares at me and he'll just slap me. Yeah. And he thinks it's so funny. And then he does that with other people and it's his way of instigating play. Yeah. But I'm we've never experienced this before. Yeah. This is new.
Boys are very physical. They experience the world that way and they learn through play, and if you can start them in school, and that's technically public school, going to a classroom, sitting in a classroom for 6-7 hours a day. They just have so much more advantage of having that extra year of just being wild and free. Yeah. So we are doing kindergarten this year because Noah was showing me a ton of signs that he was ready. He was asking me which words rhyme with what other words, and he's learning his letters by himself. I'm okay, I can't not do kindergarten with you this year, but I think I will do it two times because my biggest goal in homeschool is to instill in him that he can do hard things, that he can learn hard things if he puts in hard work. And I just want him to have all of the confidence in the world before, going out into the world that is teenagers and prepubescent children. Whether you're homeschool or not, they're all mean. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, no.
And I know I've said it a million times, my husband who now is like so successful and so confident in himself, like was made to feel stupid all through school because he didn't like to sit down and read. To this day, he does not like to sit down and read. You do not
Chase
have to
like
to sit down and read to be a successful human.
Chase has very, that's interesting about Brady as well, but Chase has really severe ADHD. And so he also just like did not do well in the school systems, but now is like also a very successful entrepreneur running his own company, doing his own thing. And so I think, I don't know, I'm really excited. And I know we've talked about this to like teach our kids a different way where it's like, we are setting aside money every month for both of their like quote unquote college funds, but it's like, you actually don't need to go to college. If you want to start your business, then that money can go towards your business, and almost like encouraging that over college. But you know, there's certain things you need to get a degree for. So I guess it just depends, but, it's been a good summer. I think it's gone pretty quickly, which is kind of sad. But also I'm like very ready for the cooler weather.
As we're drinking our warm pumpkin
milk. Know, Amanda made us a yummy pumpkin drink, and I feel like, I don't know, I got to put my fireplace on this morning, and I just got a glimpse of like what's to come, and I'm just very excited for that. We've just been like doing more house projects, just fun stuff like that. I feel like I've been hosting a lot, which I really love, but also like it's kind of tired. Like I feel like after you host, you're kind of just like really tired, you know? Yeah. But yeah. And I feel like ever since the Lord, like, or ever since Amanda, my sister, moved away, I feel like the Lord has been just like opening up more and more opportunities for like community and for me to stay busy so that I'm not just like sitting around crying about Amanda being gone. And I think that's been kind of cool. It's almost like you like separated twins and you're like, okay, now go like find your own life, you know?
Your own friends.
And Amanda's like I don't know who's texting me so much right now. And Amanda's like texting me, being like, oh, like I hung out with a friend today, and I'm like, yay. But it's still strange to like navigate the world without her, I think, for sure. But yeah, Amanda and I are entering into like a fun, very random series that I had the idea of starting, where we just come to the table and both of us have a topic that we want to talk about, and then we just kind of like surprise each other on the podcast and talk about it, and then obviously like have a conversation together about them. So do you want to go first? No,
you can go first.
Are you sure?
Because I already told you what mine was, so I want to be surprised.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't know though. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the things that well, really pause really quick. That just reminded me. Have you seen that trend right now? Probably not, because you're not on.
I'm not really on it. Social.
There's this trend that people are doing where they're like pranking their husband, but they're like sitting down and they're like whatever they're doing, they keep saying the same thing twice. So like they'll be like, oh, we're gonna go get Chick-fil-A. We're gonna go get Chick-fil-A, and they like see how long they can do that, like having the conversation before their husband is like, what are you doing? It just reminded me because I was like, okay. Anyways, it's really funny. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. Okay, so I am very passionate about this because it's something that I discovered when Sunny was 2, and it's become like a really big part of our family. And Sunny's birthday is this next weekend, so I just thought it was like really fitting to talk about it. She's turning 4 on Monday, but on Sunday we're celebrating her birthday, and we decided to do something called Best Day Evers. So that's what I want to talk about, because I feel like it's really fun. And it started because Sunny, like, she's always loved Rapunzel, and if you ever watch Tangled, there's this scene where she like escapes the tower and she's like swinging around the tree with her hair, and she's like so happy that she's free, and she's like, this is the best day ever. And did you choke on your mouth?
I was trying to hold it in and swallow, and you were talking, and I almost died. Okay, this is the best day ever. As I'm dying.
Okay, but that always happens to me when I'm like supposed to be quiet, like in church or like in the middle of class, and then people are like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" You're like, "I'm fine. Just don't talk to me right now."
Yeah. Okay, go. Continue.
So, anyways, Rapunzel's like, "This is the best day ever," and I like turned to Sunny and I'm like, "Sunny, what would be your best day ever?" You know, just like hypothetically. And it just got me thinking about how birthday parties like are so wonderful and they're so beautiful. But for me, I spent a lot of my life feeling really anxious for my birthday. And I don't know why. Like, I don't look back on my life and ever remember a specific time where someone like didn't show up for me or that no one came to my birthday. Like, my mom always gave me like the best birthday parties. And I don't know where this came from, but I do remember even as early as like 6 years old feeling like I was going to throw up before my birthdays. And anyways, so I remember like wanting to have birthday parties, but also just being anxious about them. And even down to like when I got married, I was so worried no one was going to come to my wedding, which was crazy. I think there were only like 2 people of like 230 that couldn't come to my wedding, which is like unheard of. Like, everyone came, which I feel like the Lord was being like, here, like, you're worth showing up for. But then at the same time, I feel like it has, I don't know, it's become a thing with my kids where I'm like so sensitive about people not showing up for them that I'm like really not okay. Like, I had a first birthday party for Sunny. It was so cute. It was like sunshine themed. I like decked it out, and I invited all of the people that were like important to us and close to us in our lives at that point. And I think almost everybody came, and it was really beautiful. But I feel like the whole time I was like sweating and overwhelmed, and I was like, I need to talk to everybody. And you know, like your 1-year-old's opening presents and you're like, oh, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Who got her this? Like, and she's like off playing with something and you're like, come open this present. And I walked away from that feeling like so loved genuinely and so grateful. And I think in my mind, I was like, I think we'll always have birthday parties for 1-year-olds because I think they're just really fun. Yeah. But like, how can I, you know, just like, I don't know, start a new tradition for like latter birthdays. So we started doing best day evers, and it started with her 2nd birthday. And I plan a whole day according to like whatever her biggest interests are at the time. And it usually starts with like a breakfast of some kind outside, and I get like big cardboard cutout characters of whatever she's like really into. So for her 2nd birthday, it was Mickey Mouse, and last year was Rapunzel, and this year it's Clifford. And then we open presents just like with us and our little family. And then we're like off, like we're gone all day, like literally from like 9 a.m. until like usually 7 or 8 p.m. And we have like every hour of the day planned out. And for some of you that might be like, oh my gosh, that is overwhelming. For us, it's like, you're gonna spend the money and it's gonna feel like, for me, a birthday party feels like way more overwhelming and way more expensive. I'm like, you could take that same money, be like, okay, so we're going to go get your nails done. Like we got sparkled tinsel in her hair last year. And then we went and we built a Build-A-Bear bear for her birthday. And then we rode a pony, and then we went to the climbing gym. We went to the cat cafe so she could pet cats. Like, she loves cats. So just like, I don't know, like packing a full day of things that your kid like genuinely loves and just being able to enjoy their birthday from start to finish with just you and your family, I think is so special. And then on top of that, like I do create like a little itinerary and invitation. I send it out to our family and our like super close friends and say like, hey, like join us whenever you can. And this year was really fun because I feel like Sunny like individually invited, like, I really want so-and-so to do this with me and so-and-so to do this with me. And we always end the night with cake in the park, and then we just like invite friends, family, whoever, and like very casual, like come hang out at the park for like 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, and just sing her happy birthday. And I think the older she gets, the more she's going to appreciate that, like just having people come and give her gifts. And she's such a gifts girl. So I think like, I don't know. And then like, I think further into the future that it'll turn into like, okay, we're going to go pick up this friend and go do this together. And then we'll go pick up this friend. And like, I think it can kind of just become whatever she wants it to be long term. But I will say I've gotten more messages about best day evers than I think anything else. And so I just like, I don't know. I wanted to talk about it and give you guys alternative ideas of what to do with your kiddo. Like I said, it's completely not applicable to 1-year-olds. Like I will 100% probably be having a birthday really party for Ledger this year. And I don't know how you give a 1-year-old best day ever. Yeah. But I feel like from 2 onward, it's just so fun.
Well, it's interesting because I was reading like this was before I kind of got off social media for a bit, but I was reading like a post and it was like from someone who lived in France, and they were like, birthdays in America are so weird. And they were talking about the differences between birthday parties in France versus birthday parties in America. And they were like, in America, it's like a $1,000 event. There's balloon arches. They're not opening their presents at the party. They're making their kids wait until after the party to open their presents. And there's just all this pressure on everyone has to look perfect, but not really focusing on fun. And they were talking about, sorry, I have like pumpkin spice literally in my throat right now.
And they're like in your lungs now.
Yes. But they're talking about how in France, it's like literally homemade decorations. You're opening parties or presents at the table with your family. It's like not this big pressured thing. And it's like homemade cakes, and it's like spend $100 and it makes like for richer memories because really do your kids actually care about the balloon arch and the crazy party favors?
I know, yeah.
They don't.
No.
They really want like the people they love there and like the homemade cake and the tacky decorations that they really like.
And I also think it's really cool to like open up the floor to your kid, and this might hurt feelings, but to say like, who do you want to spend your birthday with?
Yeah.
And if they don't know that person's name or their kid's name,
it's
or like,
not about adults.
It's just not. And I think that that's like, it's exciting because it relieves so much pressure. And I feel like everything we're saying right now excludes 1-year-old birthday parties. Because like Amanda and I have always said, I think 1-year-old birthday parties a lot of times are like for the mom. Like you made it. You've been a mom for a year. Like it's an anniversary of like a birth that you either loved or you maybe didn't. And I think that like,
and also like it's just celebrating you're out of the first year.
Yeah.
The first year is like, it's wild. Your hormones are wild. That your schedule is wild, and everything's so unpredictable. But once you hit a year, things calm down a little bit in terms of like changing week to week.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just a celebration.
I agree. And I think that like, at least with Ledger for his first birthday, like I've bought him almost no toys. Like he literally just plays with Sunny's stuff. And so I think it's also like a great opportunity to stock up on like boy toys and like they don't have an opinion about anything yet. So we're going to do like a goose party, like because I want to do that. And like he doesn't care. Yeah. And I mean, as early as 2, they're having opinions about things. So I just think it's like a really like sweet, tiny little time to have that. But I don't know, like just being self-reflective too. It's like, I don't know why I feel the ways that I do about like why showing up for me is such a big deal and why I get so like upset when people don't, because I feel like, I don't know, that's like the vulnerable thing about hosting in general, like whether it's a birthday party or anything, like if somebody can't come, it's really hard not to take it personally. It's really hard not to like, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm like a lone rider in this sense, but I feel so sensitive about that stuff to the point where sometimes I've like avoided hosting in certain situations, and it's not because I don't want to, it's because I don't know if I can handle people bailing last minute, or
does
like,
it feel like rejection?
Maybe, a little bit. And I think like I was able to handle that somewhat when it was just about me. And now that it's my kids, it almost feels like unbearable. Like if someone were to cancel on her last minute for her birthday party or something, or say multiple people, and we're left with all this food and all this, like, I don't know what I would do. I would just, and so I guess I don't necessarily want to pass that on to them, to have that same like worry about birthday parties, or like it's probably some wound that I need to dig into and heal. But I've tried to just like flip it around on a positive note and be like, okay, but we have a full day plan and it's just about you and it's fun. And I'm not offended if like everybody can't come to everything, because there's going to be something at everything, someone at everything. And I feel like it's just like, I don't know. It feels a lot more safe,
I feel like
guess.
I have those worries too, but the way I cope with it is I literally don't tell. If we have plans with someone, I don't care who it is, I don't tell him until we are on our way and I know that for a fact that person's coming.
But like, what about a birthday party? They know it's coming.
Tell him who's coming.
Oh.
Like I know for a fact that grandma's going to be there and your cousins are going to be there. So I'll tell you. And that's really like, if it was just his cousins, like he would be okay. Because Noah's just kind of a glass half full kid, which I'm very lucky. But I don't tell him who's coming until the day of, when I have those confirmations and no one's texted me that they're canceling, and then I tell him who's coming. And I've always been that way, because I feel like when I was a little kid, I was always told things by my mom, who was mentally ill, and then they didn't happen because she was mentally ill. And it's just like, that's like a trigger for me. Like if someone says they're going to do something and then they don't do it, I get very triggered and kind of almost irrationally. So I just make sure, like, even if it's a play date, like we've been talking about this play date all week with my friend. Noah has no idea what we're doing until I'm on my way. Because I'm just so terrified that someone will cancel on him. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can handle it.
But it still doesn't I don't know, like even if I almost feel like even if they know or they don't know, it still feels like directly attached to them. Yeah. Like maybe not so much a play date because it's like we're showing up. It's like kind of for me, kind of for my kid, but like, and I'm kind of like, I feel like things just kind of happen, but birthday parties, I just feel like are so special, and you send out an invitation. It's like so long in advance and pending there's like some kind of illness, it's just kind of a bummer when people like don't show up, you know?
Yeah, I agree. No, I think that's a totally reasonable thing
because it's like
get worried about.
It's for your kids, so if someone doesn't come, it's like, I don't know, it feels like to me it's communicating they don't care. I don't know, but it's like it's been something that clearly has affected me my whole life, and I don't know why. Maybe there's something that like got blocked out somewhere along the ways and I'm just not remembering correctly, but
yeah, that's possible.
Anyways, I feel like it's just like a fun spin, whether it's like an anxiety thing like me, or it's just like a financial thing, or it's just a stress thing, or maybe you just like straight up don't live near any family, or you don't have that many like mom friends.
Or when your kids are little, like, because kids don't really start playing with other kids until they're like 4. Yeah. Sunny's different. She's a little girl. Little girls maybe a little bit different, but especially little boys, they play alongside people. They don't play with people. So like those first few years, especially before you start school or anything like that, it is hard because your kids don't really have a bunch of friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's more like your mom has friends and then like you're just living alongside these other kids.
I know. Yeah. And I don't know. I like I feel like birthdays are like a really big deal to me. Do you feel that way about you guys?
Birthdays are Christmas. They're tiny Christmases. I get hyped up about everybody's birthday in my house. I can't say I received the same. I don't think anybody loves birthdays as much as I love birthdays. But no, it's like a whole thing. And like this year we didn't go on our family reunion because they scheduled it during Noah's birthday. I'm like, sorry guys. They're like asking me, we could do a double birthday party because so-and-so has a birthday and then we're also going to do a baby shower that day. I'm like, absolutely not. This will be my child's day. Yeah. And he is going to feel like a freaking king. And so we did because everybody was out of town, we didn't do his birthday party till a week after his birthday, but we did a best day ever for him too. And so he picked, we woke up, we did presents in the morning, we did every year I make him homemade sprinkle pancakes with homemade whipped cream. So we did his sprinkle pancakes, and he wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese and Boondocks on the same day and hibachi. So that's what we did. I just asked him, like, what do you want to do? If you could do anything you wanted to today.
It's so fun when they care, too.
What do you want to do? He goes, can we go to Boondocks? I was like, yeah. Can we go to Chuck E. Cheese too? Yeah. And Brady's like, well, what do you want for dinner, dude? You get to pick whatever you want. Yeah. Hibachi.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then also, what did he want after that? Oh, and cake. So we... I think he wanted ice cream instead of cake, so we got ice cream, came home. And then the next weekend, we had a very low-key birthday party.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
He picked out his own decorations. I spent I spent a little too much on balloons because they're fun. And they lasted like a month in his room. But he picked out all of his own decorations. He picked out all of the little party favors. I didn't spend that much money on it. And did I make the cake? No, we did an ice cream cake from Glacier, which was like $40. So they're like so cheap. So, and it was just family and neighbors and you guys, and they just swam. Noah opened his presents and had some cake, and he had a freaking blast. Now, his first couple of years, I did the big parties. His first 3 years, you came to his third birthday party where there was a bouncy castle, and like there's just like it was insane. Which I love that too. Yeah. I do. Yeah. But it is a little exhausting, and then now I have 2 kids to do that.
And then you have like a headache by the end of the day, and you're like, can I go to bed at 5 p.m.?
Yeah. And also and at least for me, I'm really worried about everybody else instead of worrying about Noah.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And I don't feel like I got to spend like a lot of time with him in those days. I was just worried if he was having fun. Yeah. And there's not like a single picture of me. I did all, weeks and weeks of planning. Do you know what I mean? So for me, the best day ever was nice, and the little low-key party was great.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a really fun way to like love somebody too. And I feel like it communicates like, I know you, like in a way that like not a lot of other things can.
Pause. Something happened. Dang it. Sorry, you had to listen to camera audio there because my laptop decided to stop working.
I'm glad you caught it.
Me too. Because it's not that long of camera audio. And if one of you complains, you're in trouble.
We'll take another 6-week hiatus.
Okay.
No, the last thing I was going to say about Best Day Evers is that Chase actually planned one for our anniversary this year. He planned, it was essentially like 2 days in a row of like a best day ever, which was really sweet because I feel like for anniversary, it's like we're celebrating together, but he almost treated it like it was my birthday or something, which my birthday got taken away from me last year because I had just had Ledger and I had to go back to the ER because my blood pressure was being super weird. Anyway, so he planned like this whole thing with like my favorite breakfast, and then we went and we pet puppies because he knows I love to go do that, and we painted pottery, and we went back to our wedding venue and recited our vows, went to my favorite coffee shop. Like he had all of these things lined up, which I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like if Best Day Evers could be like a love language, it would be my love language, because it just like to me feels like I know you, you know. So if you're not sold then you stick to your birthday parties. But I just feel like it's a really fun way to celebrate everyone in the family without it being too expensive, chaotic, or overwhelming. Yeah. And if you have any more questions, you can let me know. I could even like screenshot, like, because I have them in my Google Calendar, the last few of her Best Day Evers, and then post them. Because I make like a color coordinated Google Calendar with like everything cute. Is like a different color. So
it's very cute. Or you can do it more low key like I did it and just, what do you want to do today?
Yeah.
Most of my conversations lately have been about homeschool, whether it's like the curriculum I'm doing or what our days are looking like or what program I'm doing. Because we put Noah into, we're doing like a hybrid homeschool situation. So I was just going to go through kind of our daily schedule because I still have pumpkin spice in my throat. So I am so sorry. If I was listening to this, I'd be like, if she clears her throat one more freaking time, I'm going to turn this off. I'm sorry. With preschool is like 20 minutes a day. You could like turn it into an hour or whatever, depending on if your kid's vibing with it or not. But I was like, oh, this is preschool. Like we're just going to do this. I was doing it daily, but it was like, we could do it in the evening. We could do it before bed. We could do it in the morning when he first wakes up. We can do it in the middle of the day. Like I was not really concerned about a schedule, and nor do I think I needed to be. It was preschool. It's like, you're supposed to be playing and having fun. It's not, you know what I mean? So, but then I went through this whole summer. I feel like, and you could probably concur, like I just felt I had a very insecure summer. Yeah. I was not myself. I was insecure about a lot of different aspects of my life.
I know. I just feel like you haven't been yourself for a long time.
I feel like I'm more of myself this week. Yeah. I feel like this week I have been much better. And I think it's because Noah's thriving in school in his little hybrid situation. I have seen this kid make leaps and bounds of progress in areas that I didn't even know he could in just a week. So I'm like very excited about that. But also I have a schedule again. I feel like with Lily, I was so determined to not have a schedule. And I'm glad I did, because I like that she doesn't need a schedule. Yeah. We don't have scheduled naps, all of that stuff. But I was like, we were very go with the flow all summer. I am not a go with the flow gal in the slightest. I am not a last minute plans. I am not, those things just, they don't work for my mental health. And so like there was most days I wasn't working out and I didn't have a plan. So maybe we would just sit around, or I would just be cleaning my house all day while my kids are outside, and then I felt guilty. So I was kind of having a hard time. So when I made the decision to do this hybrid homeschool, which Noah's going, there's a homeschool group ran through a local charter group or charter school. And it's 6 teachers that have been teaching this homeschool group only for homeschooled children in our town for 25 years. They're all grandmas. I'm like so happy with it. But they're all legit teachers. So I send him twice a week for 3 hours. And it has been fantastic. So once I made that decision, I'm like, okay, now here is my kindergarten curriculum and I need to solidify what I'm going to do. And I sat down and I made a schedule for our day, and we have been thriving all week long. I've been working out every day. Dinner's been made. My house has stayed clean instead of me trying to keep up with it all week. You know what I mean? It just I feel like at my old house and my rental, we were there for 3 years, and I had a very easy time there because Noah was a very schedule oriented child. It was before we had Lily, and I just felt happier. You know what I mean? Like, I woke up every single morning. I went to the gym while Brady stayed with the kids, with Noah, and we had our days, things that we did every single day, and on time. Like, he had timed naps, timed snacks, timed lunch, timed bedtime, and I operated very well in that. And now, while I love that Lily doesn't need that, and I'm still not doing that, this schedule has been kind of important, I think, to my mental health. So I was just going to run through because I had a lot of people like wondering, like in my text messages has just kind of been like what we've been doing. So I was going to walk through our schedule. And I do want to say that I even had during the summer, I felt like I didn't have enough time to like brush my teeth some days. But this week I have had hour-long naps in my bed with Lily while Noah does quiet time, watching a show or doing whatever I want every single day. And I'm working out and my house is clean.
Good.
So things have been just a little bit easier. So we are doing How We Learn kindergarten bundle. And so far, I mean, I'm a week in, so I can't really give you an honest review of it. But the first week, I think, has been great. The types of activities that we're doing, I feel like, are really great. There's, it's mostly like focused on phonics and just like developmental skills in terms of like math and science, but in play. It's a very play focused curriculum. And that's How We Learn, but the we is 2 E's. So it's WEE. So I have 2 separate schedules because on Tuesdays and Thursdays we do our school day where I drop him off, and the curriculum for the kindergarten bundle is only 3 days a week anyway. So on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. and I'm going downstairs to work out. And that's when I watch my trashy TV that I don't want anyone else to watch because Brady put a TV in the gym. So does Lily,
like, I have this question because my other friend does the same thing. You guys wake up before your babies, go to the gym, which makes more sense for her because her boys sleep in different rooms. But like, how do you get away from, like, Lily just stays asleep while you do that? And like, how do you set an alarm? Because
I set
Ledger's
an alarm
attached to my nipple. Like, I couldn't leave without him waking up.
I set an alarm 15 minutes before I want to go downstairs, because I'll set the alarm and then sometimes I get up and she doesn't wake up at all. Sometimes she stirs and she'll nurse for a good 10 minutes and then she goes back to sleep. But this morning, it's so funny you said that because look at this picture. A lot of times also she wakes up and then it's just Brady knows because that is so important to both of us. That is like a strict thing. Like if Amanda's working out, I'm taking care of the kids. If Brady's working out, I'm taking care of the kids. No one's going to interrupt you while you do that because we both need it so much. But this morning, Lily had woken up shortly after I got out of bed, and Brady got up to use the restroom after he thought he was asleep. And then he sent me this picture. Lily, she like woke up and like enough to walk over to the door. And then she like laid down to look underneath of it to see if I was on the other side of the door, and she fell asleep with her butt in there.
So cute. Are you kidding?
So
he was trapped inside at that point.
What?
He was trapped in the room.
Well, he picked her up and he was rocking her until she like fully woke up. But sorry, if you're watching this YouTube video, you're seeing me look like a crackhead because I keep looking to make sure everything's recording.
Oh, I know.
So sorry. But so every single morning, and that's
so cute.
Literally will make or break my day if I can go do that. And then I come upstairs and I do that for an hour. And I have this like written out 6, 7, 8, 9, like hour by hour, but I haven't been operating that way. It's more like this is my rhythm, whether it starts at 6 a.m. or 6:30. It's all going to factor out.
Yeah.
We're doing the same rhythm. So then I am going to come upstairs. By that time, everyone's awake. I'm going to cook breakfast. And while I'm cooking breakfast, I've been telling Noah, this is your free time. You do what you want. If you want to watch a show, if you want to sit on the couch and rot your brains out on the TV for an hour, or if you want to go outside and play, if you want me to put an activity together for you in our schoolroom, like whatever you want. And this week he's been choosing to watch Super Kitties, whatever. But I think that's very important for me in my homeschool is to allow him a lot of time to just do what he wants and to not argue with him if what he wants to do is watch TV, because I like to watch TV too.
Yeah.
And then once I'm done cooking dinner or cooking breakfast and we eat, I tell him, okay, the TV has to go off and you're going to go play still your free time, but you need to go play and do something while mommy does morning chores. And that's when I'm making beds, starting the load of laundry, cleaning up for breakfast. And I always do a whole house clean after I make breakfast. So like all the toys are picked up after I eat breakfast. It's just a fresh start when breakfast is over for the whole house. And then I come upstairs, wash my face, brush my teeth, get the kids' teeth brushed, get the kids dressed, and we're all dressed and ready to start the day. And that's how I used to operate in my rental house. It's not how I've operated here. And that's made a really big difference this week.
Like dressed, like do you do your makeup and everything?
Yep. So like, if I'm wearing makeup, which most days I'm just wearing like concealer under my eyes because I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And eyebrow gel.
Okay.
But yeah, if like I'm going to leave the house, I've already done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we start our daily activities, and that's around 9:00. So daily activities is like whatever the curriculum said to do for that day. So for How We Learn, it's like 3 different activities for your daily activities. And then there's deep learning activities. So there's always a phonological awareness activity, which is like rhyming and alliteration and prep to learn how to read. There's always a cooking project, and there's always an art project. So we will do the daily activities, which can take as long as I want them to. We've been doing like an hour and a half. And we take a break after that for snack and play. So I'll get a snack together for the kids, and they'll play outside or wherever. This week it's been outside. We come back before lunch and we do one of those extra projects, the phonological awareness, the art, or the cooking, whichever one. And then we do lunch, and I have Noah do independent play or watch a show while I go upstairs to put Lily down for bed. And this is where I was getting my nap in or watching a show, because Lily will nap for like 2 hours in the middle of the day. If I'm lucky, like that's what she should be napping. And this week she's been really good about it. So I went upstairs, I spent the first hour with her, and then I came downstairs and we did an hour of, not an hour, but an hour of me spending time with Noah and cleaning up after lunch. Cause I also like to pick up all the toys, house reset after lunchtime. But we've started read aloud. So I got, did you guys read Junie B. Jones when you were a kid?
Oh, yes.
So we've been reading Junie B. Jones and the Toothless Wonder,
Cute.
which has been so much fun because I have like such good memories of my teachers reading me Junie B. Jones books and how animated they were. So here I am in my schoolroom reading Junie B. Jones.
Chandler named her dog.
Junie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're really good books.
Yeah.
And Noah's loving it. So that's been fun. When Lily wakes up from her nap, we've been doing our free time. So free time until dinner. So she wakes up like 1:32, and I've been starting cooking dinner around 4:30, or at least prepping like all the food at 4:30. And then once 4:30 starts, we start the quiet time activity. So in How We Learn, there are 5 quiet time activities each week. So one for every single day. And like this week, one of them was making bracelets. And another one, because our unit is on apples, is the night before I made little trees out of pipe cleaners, and he was threading beads. And that's like, building his hand muscles for writing and all these things. So stuff like that. So while I'm prepping dinner, he's doing a quiet time activity, and then he can go play outside. And then I have even scheduled in bath times, not every day, but on the days he's at school, we're doing bath times, and then bedtime. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I also bought her, How He Learns How We Read and How We Write. So on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, those are like little 30-minute activities. We do one on Tuesdays, How We Read, on Thursdays, How We Write. I do all the same morning routine. And then I take him to school, and then I get 3 hours to spend with Lily to do things I need to do, to whatever I want to do. I pick him up, and then he's free play the rest of the day. So it's been a very good week. And I just feel like I'm also not on my phone, because I'm also not finding myself sitting on the couch or like, you know what I mean? I don't find myself feeling the desire to do that, which has been good. And it's only been a week. I'll check back in a few months, but
well, I think it's good. I think there's something to be said about the fact that you said, like, I think I operate better under a schedule. Like, I think that's just some good self-awareness, because I think everybody is like so different. And I think schedules sometimes scare people, and then other people like thrive in a schedule. And so I think that's like a really good, really good thing to do.
It's been really great.
So how will you address if there are like spontaneous things that pop up, is it like I'm protecting this at all costs, or is it like, oh, like I guess we could go do X, Y, and Z?
It's not going to be an I guess. It's going to have to be something like they have pediatrician appointments on Monday. So I'm going to move things around. I'll probably do a lot of the activities in the afternoon because it's in the middle of the day. That's an important thing. A fun, like, I don't know, like the Backyard Bible Club is on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that work though, but I'm going to try at least next week. So I'll move something around for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if it's like something big or something I'm really looking forward to, or they're really looking forward to, I will. But I also feel like with kindergarten, I don't know. I just think I need to do a better job at being consistent. Now I do have like his school spread out throughout the day. Which I like for normal days. But if there is something that we're wanting to make it to, I can just condense it easily. Okay. And still be fluid. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be protecting it more than I did with preschool. I just feel like it needs it. And at his age, I think having that schedule can be good.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's what's going on in my life.
And are you not doing anything on Fridays, or are you?
I am actually. I'm just finishing. I have it on Fridays that we finish everything before 12. Okay. Because Brady usually takes some calls in the morning for his other business. And usually the kids and I are just waiting around anyways. So we're going to do his school, finish it by 12, and then have the rest of the day free. Okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's like, I feel like it's so cool to have, I don't know. And we were like talking about this all summer. So to have it all like nailed down and see how it's all playing out has been really fun.
I know. I've like literally, I told Brady this. I'm like, I've been going to bed every night feeling like so filled up. Good. Every single night. It's been really good. So, yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And you are traveling next weekend. You're going to the mountains. Do you guys have any like definitive things that you want to do while you're up there?
Well, Jenna's planning it all because it's her in-laws' cabin. So she's got all the things. The boys are golfing. Okay. Because their cabin's like on a golf course. Yeah. So, and there's like boats or something. I don't know. I'm just going to be surprised.
And then your birthday is the following weekend.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening there. Brady keeps saying, yeah, I want to go somewhere, but I don't know if he's actually booked anything, or maybe he's pulling my leg, or maybe he's not. I don't know.
Okay. I know. I texted him. I'm like, what are you doing? I want to know if I should plan something. Well, that was fun. Yeah. We're probably just going to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Random. For a couple of weeks. Let us get into our school schedules. Let us get into, I don't know, a little bit more of a routine. And I think we do have, I know like the last episode, I just like in my head, or not in my head, but on this podcast, I always end every episode with, we'll see you next week. And I said that, and then we ghosted you guys for like 6 weeks. We didn't really ghost. If you're not following us on Instagram, we did announce on Instagram we were taking quite a few weeks off. So make sure you're following us on Instagram if you're not, because we communicate through that. But we will actually see you next week because we hammered down a schedule for recording to make sure we could get you guys consistency back now that fall has come around. So it'll be good. It will be good. Anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I realized we're going on like 8 different plane rides between now and the end of the year.
I know. You guys have a lot going on. Lots of weddings and Hawaii.
I guess I just didn't realize how many, I don't know. I have like pretty bad flight anxiety and sickness. And so I was just thinking about like this Wisconsin trip creeped up on us.
Yeah, what is this? I thought it was a wedding. It's not a wedding. What is it?
No, it's Chase's grandma's turning 90 and his sister is having her bridal shower kind of all right in this. And every year they plan a trip to Wisconsin anyways. And so it was kind of all of the things. I had initially said like we'll be there as long as it's not around Sunny's birthday. So they did like plan it in a way that would not conflict with Sunny's birthday, but I'm a little sad because Amanda's going to be in town this whole month. So for us to leave for a week is kind of sad, but and then October, the second week of October is his sister's wedding that will be in Oregon for, and then the beginning of November we're going to Hawaii. The end of November we're going to Jackson Hole. We're going to do Thanksgiving in Jackson with Amanda.
Fun. That's fun.
So it'll be fun. It's just a lot of traveling, but it'll be okay. Yeah. We need to buy flights for Hawaii too. So if anyone has any tricks for that, I'm like kind of naive.
All of ours in
and
points.
I know, and we don't have any like cards for points, but we're just kind of naive and spoiled because we've never really had to pay for plane tickets in our whole lives because my dad is a pilot and I outgrew his benefits. Technically we could fly standby, but I think that's a gamble when you have a hotel like waiting for you. That's non-refundable. So anyways, I got a little intimidated. I looked today and it was going to be like $2,600 to $3,600 and I was like, okay. So we'll see what we choose to do for that. But yeah, it'll be fun. Traveling is a little overwhelming for me with the kids and sickness.
Yep. And just like entertaining kids on planes sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ledger's not like the little baby who just sleeps all day anymore. So
it is like between like 1 and 2 is the hardest time to I would say even like 1 and 3
months and like 3
once they can start like standing and moving around it gets pretty tricky. I will say having a girl so much different than having a boy because Lily, we just went to the beach a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they just want to snuggle you. She just
colored. Like she legit just sat there and colored a picture, read some books. Noah was like, get me out of this seat. I'm going underneath the seat. I've got these monster trucks. Can I break out of this plane window? Like it was very stressful for me. Yeah. Nuts. So
anyways.
Okay. We will see you guys next week.
Yes.